Hello everyone, I'm here to bring you the Lake Wallenpaupack Pike Wayne MLS real estate market recap, and we're going to recap February of this year and compare it to February of 2023. So currently right now we have 402 homes on the market, active residential listings, and last year around this time we had 432 homes, so we have about 30 less homes than we did last year at this time. Back in October, that spread was much wider. It was at 120 homes, less homes, so that spread is actually decreasing. So we're seeing a little bit more inventory come on. March of 2022, just to put this into perspective, we only had 300 homes compared to the 400 we have now. So we definitely had low inventory back in March 2022, which was about 2 years ago. Pike and Wayne County, I will say the inventory seems to be remaining very stable. It's at the same point it has been for the last few months. Pike and Wayne County, 342 homes out of those 402 versus 347 last month. Pike County, 213 versus 212 last month, and Wayne County 129 versus 135 last month. So just keep in mind that 400 residential homes on the market, only 342 are just in Pike and Wayne County. The rest might be in the Pocono Mountains area. They may be in Scranton. We do have other MLSs that list their property, other areas that list their property in Pike and Wayne. So let's talk statistics. Our new listings were up 6% from February 2023, and we're down 6% year to date. So we're up 6% last month, but we're down 6% year to date. So January we were down. Pending homes were down 2% from last year at this time, which I don't really see as very significant, and we're down about 10% year to date. Sold listings are down 15% from January 2023, and we're down 8% year to date. And I'm sure we're going to make up some of that as the months progress. Active listings are actually down 26%, which we saw compared to last year, and we're down 20% year to date. And our average days on market, we're actually selling off homes faster. We're at 70 days, and that's about 2.5 months. And last year at this time, it was 79 days. So we're down 5%. And we can actually feel that. I feel here in the market, things seem more active. Our average sales price for February, $326,000. Last year at this time, it was $308,000. So we're up about 7% compared to last year at this time. We're starting out very strong. Our average sales list price is up 3% from where it was last time, at this time last year. And I think last year we saw that average list price, it was up, and it was up almost too much. And so we were seeing price reductions, and we're not seeing that quite as much, I feel like, this year. And that average list price now is only up 3%, which kind of makes sense. So inventory is slightly getting better, and I say very, very slightly. The erosion on it is decreasing. However, the stats for February seem to be all over the place. We need a couple more months in this year to really be able to tell what's going on. From what we feel as agents, I do feel like the market is more active. Those interest rates have remained stable, which is really helping things, and that inventory is still low. Even though we're seeing it get a little bit better, it's still very, very low. Active listings are down, but new listings are up just a little bit. I do think we'll see those pending listings, those homes going under contract, go up over the next couple of months. And our sold listings are always going to probably be off a little bit just as that inventory continues to decrease. We just don't have as many homes to sell. And I do think we'll see that average sales price remain very stable and probably go up a bit just because of that lack of inventory. So let's talk about our average sales price. So our average sales price over the last 6 months has actually increased at 4 out of those 6 months. And the other 2 months, it was nearly flat. So it was a 1 or a 2% decrease. So, that is just very interesting that we see that average sales price go up. I do hear people waiting for prices to go down, and we're just not seeing it. There's not any indicators that are showing that average sales price is going down, and it's actually quite the opposite. And like I said, I don't think it's gonna go skyrocketing up by any means, but I do think that we're not gonna see that average sales price go down. So just keep in mind, the least amount of inventory that we have is in March, and the most homes that are on the market is usually in August and September. So we're in March right now. We're seeing that least amount of inventory. If you're looking to sell, you'll have less competition than if you wait a couple months. So just keep that in mind. Weather is pretty mild out there, and it's a great time to get your house ready. Let's talk about communities and where we're seeing the active listings, the Hideout. So right now we have 29 active homes in the Hideout on the market. We're down about 10 from this time last year, and we're sort of starting to see that we're heading towards 2022 inventory levels when the Hideout was only in the teens. So Hideout is definitely a very sought after community. And I do think we saw that inventory shoot up when they decided to change some things with short-term rentals. That seems to be still in the works, but people want to be in the Hideout, which is great news because that inventory is definitely getting tighter by the day. Fawn Lake, right now in Fawn Lake, we have 4 active homes on the market. Last year at this time, we had 9. So we're about half the inventory than we had a year ago. Mast Hope, we have 11 homes on the market. Last year at this time, we had 14. So, not too far off, but we're definitely down. Tanglewood Lakes, we only have 3 active homes on the market in there. Last year at this time, we had 6. So that Tanglewood Lakes inventory remains very low. Wallenpaupack Lake Estates, right now we have 11 active homes on the market. Last year at this time we had 5. So we're seeing a significant increase in Wallenpaupack Lake Estates inventory. So I'm not sure what that's attributed to. We're just seeing a little bit more activity. I do think there's some new construction in there. So some spec homes that may be driving up some of that inventory. Lake Wallenpaupack Lakefronts, 10 right now active on the market. Last year at this time we had 7. Only 2 out of those 10 are under $1 million. So if you're looking for Lake Wallenpaupack Lakefront, you only have a couple to choose from if you're under that $1 million price point. Non-Lake Wallenpaupack Lakefronts, we've really seen a crunch in this area. We only have 12 active on the market. Last year at this time we had 30. So we're seeing non-Lake Wallenpaupack inventory also go down for lakefronts. So it is now March. Winter appears to be over. We have some very, very mild temperatures, and the snow is just about gone. I think it's in the woods in some spots. When you're driving along, you see it. The interest rates have remained steady over the last month. They've maybe ticked up a little bit, but they're not going crazy like they were last year at this time. Average sales price is trending up. Days on market is going down. So if you're considering selling in 2024, I wouldn't wait until everybody else also decides to sell, because you're going to have so much more activity against your house, and you want to make sure that you put yourself out there with as least competition as possible, and I'm telling you, it will pay off. So start the conversation now, and you can actually get out there and start cleaning up the outside of properties and getting them ready, because that weather is mild and we don't have snow on the ground. If you're looking to buy, as rates start going down, and some indicators say that you're going to start that competition even get more intense. So if you're looking to buy, you may want to consider trying to get into the market now and not waiting for those rates to come down, because you'll be, like I said, up against so much more competition. Anyway, that is the market recap for February and looking a little bit ahead into 2024. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to answer them. And thank you for subscribing to my channel on YouTube and for following me on Facebook and Instagram. Bye.